Welcome, everyone, to episode 34 of Over the Line podcast on the Degenerate Sports Network. We have NFL Week 13 and we have College Football Week 14 rivalry week. Yeah, we finally got off the SEC bye week last week. We're going into rivalry week this week. Tons of good games, tons of implications for seeding within the playoffs, for teams even making the playoffs. Some teams that are already in, probably are they going to take some time off? Who knows? We'll see. But how did last week go for you?
Somehow broke even.
Nice.
College football, I hit Tulsa money line over Army, so betting against the troops paid off, and I was up a tenth of a unit in college football because it was the only thing that hit for me. And then NFL, I hit like my favorite, my lock. So with those, I still ended up losing a tenth of a unit. So it was kind of a wash. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to this weekend. I have a hot take about rivalry weekend. I don't even think it's a hot take. Army Navy needs to be this weekend.
Yes. You kind of alluded to it a little bit last week, too. It has a lot of implications this year, too, for who's making the playoffs, but we're going to have to wait a week.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I mean, if you want it to be its own day, that's fine. Make it Friday at noon when no one else is playing.
Yep. Make it the precursor to the NFL game on Friday.
Yeah.
People would tune into it. People are off work,
Yeah, you could easily give it its own time slot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Friday,
so dumb that it's not.
A Friday night game after the day after Thanksgiving would hit 7 Eastern. It'd be great.
There you go. I'm going to be in charge, Casey.
I know. So, I went 2-1 in NFL and in college last week, so wasn't too bad. Cowboys, I did hit my underdog. At first, it was not looking good. They went down like 21-0. I was like, well, I just chalked that one off and kind of stopped watching the game, and then they end up coming back. So I appreciate it.
See, the opposite happened to me with my underdog. My underdog was last week.
No, who was it?
Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, no. I took them
thought it was in the bag.
I took them plus 3.5, I think, or whatever it was, just enough to cover the spread. I almost took a money line, though. But, yeah, that was bad. And then my underdog for college football I thought was going to hit. I took North Carolina, and then Duke just ran this fake field goal with 2 minutes left and got down to, like, the 3-yard line. I was like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, 2-1 in both, I'll take it. That's great. So, all right. I know we have some stuff before we do get into this weekend's slate, this week because it all starts tomorrow, this week's slate of football. Let's get into hockey. I know you have some bets about to start here, actually starting right now if you want to get into them real quick.
Yeah, so this one, I'm sure you can still grab it, but I just have a 3-leg parlay. I'm doing the same thing I've done the last 2 weeks, where I'm just taking plus 1.5 in 3 games and parlaying them together because I missed by a fluke 2 weeks ago and then I hit last week.
Yeah.
So it's starting to work. I've got Canadians plus 1.5 against the Utah Mammoth. That one just dropped, so you can probably still get it. I've got Senators plus 1.5 against Vegas tonight. And I've got the Kraken plus 1.5 against Dallas. Those 3 together parlay at plus 229.
Nice. Yeah, I just threw something together real quick. 2 anytime goal scorers for the tonight's games. I took Clayton Keller from the Mammoth. That starts right now. And then Jack Eichel from the Golden Knights to score. That's at plus 721. So still time to get in on those if you want to. All right. Let's move over to NBA. What do you got for the NBA? That's about to tip off here, too, for some of the games.
So, NBA, my games are all Friday. Do you have stuff tipping off tonight?
I do, but it's not till 10 o'clock,
okay.
10:10, so we're good.
So, for mine, I hit my parlay last week in NBA, so I'll take that. Going back to the well with some of the over-under picks. I've got Bulls Hornets on Friday night at under 246.5. I got
Nice.
Wizards Pacers. That one I took Wizards plus 6.5 against the Pacers. So I'm doing a little different this week. And then I got Mavericks plus 10.5 against the Lakers.
Nice.
So mixing it up a little bit. I just think that, these are some pretty wide spreads for games that should be pretty close.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, and I just go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Parlays at plus 595.
Nice. Yeah. Do they have any games tomorrow, or is it just everyone's?
I don't think they have any tomorrow. I think the NBA given up on that.
Yeah,
they can't compete with the NFL.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Christmas already has kind of shown that.
And like the NFL is just starting to explode overseas, so like it's getting into that NBA market because that used to just be all NBA overseas. So
I mean, on Christmas, people are pulling up Netflix to find these NFL games rather than just throwing on whatever NBA games on ABC.
Exactly.
Like that's the effort that people are willing to go to watch the NFL over the NBA. It's kind of crazy.
And what's sad is it could be two bottom of the barrel NFL teams, and people would tune into
Correct.
that. And it could be two it could be the freaking Thunder and Heat or something. I don't know, just some good matchup.
Yeah. What is the NFL Christmas game this year?
I think it might be.
Oh, they have 3 of them?
Is it the Chiefs in one of them?
So the Chiefs Broncos is the last one of the day. That'll be good. But then you got Cowboys Commanders early and
could have been good.
Lions Vikings.
Could have been good.
That's when you want to eat dinner.
Yeah.
That's the game that's on in the background during dinner.
Yeah, that's
just the Lions beating the piss out of the Vikings.
What's funny is if you would have said that, looking at that lineup at the beginning of the year, you'd have been like, this is amazing. I would have circled that date this, we just need to get here. So.
And now it's going to be Dallas is going to win a really shitty game against a bad Commanders team.
Yeah.
And then, that Detroit's going to kill Minnesota. And then Chiefs-Broncos game. If it's anything like the last Chiefs-Broncos game we had a couple weeks ago, that game's probably not going to be that fun.
No, so.
The Broncos don't play fun games.
But we'll see what happens. It should have some implications for the season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, at least for all teams, no matter what the outcome of the game is. But tonight for the NBA, just real quick, I'm taking 2 of the hottest three-point shooters in the league right now. I'm taking Reed Shepherd 4+ threes and Steph Curry 5+ threes. Both of them, they play tonight. The Rockets Rockets at Warriors at 10:10 Eastern, and those two together is at plus 272. So I used a no sweat bet on it. So I kind of went a few units on it to get my money back if it doesn't hit, but we'll see what happens. It'd be a nice little surprise for tomorrow. Nice little bankroll.
I like that.
All right. Let's go ahead, get into our college football. Like we said, it's rivalry week. One of the best weeks in college football. You can throw records out on a lot of these games, but this is what we wanted. This is why we're here. So it's sad that we're here, but it's also amazing. So Dalton, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? What's your favorite bet?
My favorite play this week, I can't pass it up. Texas money line at plus 110 at home against Texas A&M.
Yeah.
It's just Texas is looking a lot better. Arch Manning's playing better at least, and Texas A&M. I mean, they have not looked great. They've played Arkansas dangerously close. Yeah. They've played South Carolina dangerously close. I am not convinced that they're actually very good. I mean, I don't know what it would take to actually convince me to ever believe in Texas A&M. I mean, I think Texas A&M fans don't actually believe that they're going to be good. They got that battered Aggie syndrome. I just can't pass it up.
I don't blame you. And we're kind of in uncharted territory for Aggies right now. Usually by this time of year, they've had their hype up, and then by like week 10, the wheels fall off. So the wheels are still on there right now, but barely. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I love that. Texas, they are showing flashes of being great where you think no one can beat them, and then they end up losing. But my favorite bet, I'm going back to the well. It treated me nice. Virginia Tech plus 9.5 at Virginia. New coach bump next year. I'm going to roll with it again.
New coach bump.
Yeah, new coach bump plus 9.5. It's at minus 110. Like I said, throw records out. Virginia is ranked. I think they're like, I don't know, somewhere in the 20s, but yeah, plus 9.5.
Yeah, they're fraudulent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not going to besmirch it, but let's go ahead and get into our locks. What's your lock for this week? I can't wait to get in mine, but I want to hear yours first.
I got Colorado plus 17.5 at minus 110 or minus 118 on the road against Kansas State. Because I just refuse to believe that Kansas State can beat any Big 12 team by this much. Avery Johnson's terrible. This is just not that good of a team. And Colorado, I think, they have not looked good this year, to say the least.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think they can not lose by 3 scores against Kansas State.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Been waiting for this one all year. It's been 2,000 plus days since my Buckeyes have taken down the Michigan Wolverines, unfortunately. This is the year that we take back the crown this year. The original line is minus 10.5 for Ohio State. I said, screw that. Minus 14.5 is what I'm taking. Ohio State's winning by at least 2 touchdowns. I'm saying it's going to be a rout, but I'm just going to take minus 14.5 at plus 150. I'm also taking a fun bet of, I think it's going to be some nasty weather, but I don't even give a crap. I'm taking Ohio State 50-plus points in this one at plus 2,200 as just a fun bet. Throw it to the wind and see what happens. I'm hoping Ryan Day opens up the playbook and we just let it rip against them. And this has to be the year. Ryan Day has to just throw caution to the wind and just let it rip. Minus 14.5 at plus 150.
Whoa.
I'm taking it. I have to.
I love it. I love it.
I have to.
I get it. All right. So we're getting into our underdogs.
Hold on. Yeah, opinion on the Bears versus Eagles. We will get into NFL here soon. If you want to, give us like 5 minutes and we'll definitely cover that. I will have that game covered. So just give us about 5 minutes and we'll get into that game.
Yeah.
But definitely have some thoughts on it. We appreciate you reaching out and commenting. All right, Dalton. What's your underdog pick for rivalry week?
So we talked about this pre-show a little bit. I'm going – I hate doing it because I don't feel good about it, but I also can't turn away from it. I'm taking Georgia Tech money line against Georgia at plus 440. It's just the value is too good. And, I mean, Georgia's just not looked like normal Georgia this year at times. And Georgia Tech's good. They haven't looked good lately. But, these are the type of games they're built for. And yeah, I got him. I'm sorry, I thought it was plus 440, plus 455 actually. So value is pretty good. And yeah, we're just gonna see what happens.
I think it's going to keep climbing. I wouldn't be surprised if that hits about plus 520 by kickoff on that one. We talked about this one pre-show. Just to be clear, everyone, I almost took it as well. I had to shy away from it, but Dalton stuck to his guns there, so I appreciate it on that one. I took a less fun pick at only plus 126, but I'm taking Vanderbilt money line at Tennessee. Vandy's got to have to go out with one last bang this season. I don't think there's a way for them in the playoffs. I'm not really sure. But this would be a fun game for them. Like I said, rivalry week, you never know what's going to happen, even in old Rocky Top. So Vanderbilt money line plus 126. All right.
Can Vanderbilt Can they still make the SEC championship game?
I will have to look into that. I don't know if they can or not, honestly.
Because I feel like that's their only way in here. I have it up. So it looks like, I mean, I don't think so, just because Georgia's already locked in at 10-1 in the conference. I'm sorry, Georgia's already 7-1 in the conference, and A&M 7-0. So those two teams are in regardless. Yeah, they can't make the conference championship game. So I mean, they would probably need Bama and Texas and Oklahoma all to lose just to have a shot.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but who knows? But let's go ahead and get into our parlays for college football. I just had my 3 picks. So Ohio State, Michigan minus 14.5, Vanderbilt money line, Virginia Tech plus 9.5. All that's at plus 978. Thought I would get a little bit more, but obviously my underdog's not too heavy of a hitter this week, so I'll take it.
I like it. I'm taking 3 road favorites to cover this week for my parlay.
All right.
I got Oregon minus 7 at Washington, because Washington's just not great. I got Penn State minus 13.5 on the road against Rutgers. This is the Terry Smith interview game.
Yeah.
I think he really tries to really cement his case. I don't think he's getting the job, but he's going to make a case for it.
Yeah.
And finally, I got Missouri minus 3 on the road against Arkansas. In the guy I think is going to actually be the head coach. Eli is going to have one last hurrah at Mizzou before he and Bo Prabula run off back to Penn State. It's going to be great. I got those 3 games all together at plus 621.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, all road favorites. They're on the better end of their rivalry week, I would say, for those 3 teams. So
yeah,
definitely, yeah, I like that. All right, let's go ahead and get into NFL. I know that we were being asked about this Bears-Eagles game, so I will start off because I actually have this pick, and it is my favorite pick for this game. I have the Bears plus 7. That's my favorite pick this week. The Eagles – so the Eagles like to take teams out into deep water with them when they start to struggle, and it seems like no matter how good the team is coming in to the link, that there's going to be a rock fight, and I don't think the Bears are going to fall for that. And I think the Bears are going to come out here, win by a touchdown, maybe 10 points in this one. I think they're firing on all cylinders finally. Ben Johnson's figuring something out in Chicago. I know Chicago hasn't had the most pretty of wins lately, but I think Caleb Williams is starting to figure it out a little bit, and the defense is just making it work when it needs to work. So I love the Bears plus 7 here. I even like a money line. I'm going to bet that on its own as well. So definitely favorite bet Bears plus 7.
I like how you said the Eagles like to take teams to deep waters. I feel like this year the Eagles' favorite team to take to deep waters is the Eagles. They just take themselves into these. They just keep putting themselves in these horrible situations.
Yes.
And I just don't get it. They are truly a team where they're their own worst enemy. I don't like the only way they don't win the Super Bowl this year is if they just self-implode, and they seem very determined to do it, and I don't really get it.
Yeah,
weird team.
Yeah, good honest opinion. We try to be honest here. I mean, I know I was a little biased with my Ohio State pick last, but yeah, I try to be honest here. Yeah, I agree. Like, for what are they, 8-3 right now, something like that?
Yeah,
the Eagles at 8-3, their fans feel like the sky is falling around them, but then there's other, like the Bears are 8-3 as well, and they feel like the sky is the limit. Yeah, like 2 totally different viewpoints of 8-3 right now, and I love it. So that's why I have the Bears. I think they're playing loose, and I think the Eagles are playing to text something. They're playing not to lose, so I have to take the Bears. What's your favorite bet this week?
So my favorite bet this week is I'm just taking Broncos -5.5 at -110 against the Commanders, even on the road. I just think this is extremely safe. Really love the value. I mean, this is pretty close to a lock. If I didn't have an even more ironclad lock, this would be my lock this week. The Commanders are done, and this is a team that I mean, they're not going to score. They're going to be lucky to score 10, 13 points on Denver.
Yeah. It's that Denver defense is just smothering at this point. Yeah. Kyle Monungai is better than Swift. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's nice having him the short yardage situations. I mean, it definitely seems like what's he scoring like once, like out of the past 5 weeks, he's got a touchdown, and then he had a few weeks ago. So definitely like Monungai. All right. And then my lock for this week, and this is a game going on tomorrow, I have over 52.5 in the Chiefs-Cowboys game. I think that this is going to be a shootout. The best defense is a good offense in this game, it seems like. And George Pickens right now is one of the best receivers in the league, and Dak's loving throwing to him. So I'm going to stick to over 52.5 in this one.
Love it. Yeah, that definitely looks good. For my lock this week, I'm taking Falcons -2.5 against the Jets at -118 because the Jets stink. They just really, really stink. And I don't know if they can stay within a field goal of anybody. And like the Falcons, they should. I think Kirk Cousins showed he can at least beat on bad teams. And I think they'll be fine covering 2.5. And, the Falcons aren't quite out of this thing yet. They're 4-7 right now, so they still have something to play for a little bit. Kirk Cousins is trying to play for his own relevance at this point. So I think they have a lot more to play for than a Jets team that is just completely on fire.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a decent game, honestly. I feel bad for Falcons fans because at the beginning of the season, the first few weeks, like, oh my gosh, are the Falcons going to be a dark horse in the NFC? And then all of a sudden it is dark the past few weeks for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this could be a bounce back game for them, get some morale going for the season because I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs at this point. All right. Underdogs. This one almost feels like it should have been my lock, and you're going to laugh when I say it, but it just seems like this is the week where it happens. Tennessee Titans money line against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's in Tennessee. This is a late season game. Jacksonville's hitting their stride. Tennessee's scrappy every week, trying to find their first win. Or have they? They haven't won yet. I don't think. No.
They've won a game.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay. So
they've won one or two.
Yeah. So they've been relevant in a lot of these games that they've lost, but it's just obviously there's something missing with this team. There's still some room to grow. But this just seems like one of those classic late season, how the hell did that team beat this team? But it's the NFL. And I think this is going to hit all day long. I'm putting a couple units on this one at +265. I love it.
I like it. I can get on. I can see the vision. And I like the value. Divisional game. I like the value.
Yeah.
For my underdog this week, I have officially caught the bug. I have caught Shador Mania.
Oh, no.
I'm taking Browns money line at +195. And, I think the Browns are – I think they finally have somebody decent enough that can take advantage of the fact that their defense is awesome. They have a great stable of running backs. And I think, they have a good offensive coach. Yeah. They now have somebody that can execute the offense a little bit. He's still got a lot of growing to do.
Yeah.
But they're playing a Niners team, as you know, Casey, that is just extremely banged up. And I do think Purdy is going to struggle against this Browns defense.
Yeah.
This Browns defense is really good. I think the Browns win an ugly one. And I think if Sanders gets them to, if he gets them to 6 wins this year, which, you know, they play some other bad teams the next couple weeks. If he can get them to 6 wins, I think that takes him out of contention for a top, for like a Mendoza or Dante Moore. And he just might end up taking the starting job next year. He might buy himself a year.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot riding in this game for him. And I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit nervous for this game just because it's like a terrible matchup for us as far as they have an amazing defense. Purdy is still trying to find his footing after being off for 8 weeks and then like had a bad first half on Monday Night Football. I'm going to chalk that one up to the wet air in the San Francisco Bay. But yeah, the defense is scaring me.
Cleveland.
Yeah, and our defense is finally starting to find their way. Like Salah's finally able to scheme around the players he has, but their running backs are great, like you said. So we'll see what happens.
I think it's gonna snow for that game too, possibly.
And even better for your bet. I heard this somewhere. I don't know where I heard it today. I think the Browns are 5-2 in the last 7 meetings between the Niners and Browns. So
that's wild.
That's
a weird stat.
Isn't that a crazy stat? There are just teams in the NFL that just own they just can't find a way to get over the hump against them. So I don't know what it is. We don't
every 4 years.
And we're usually pretty good against the AFC North, but it's the Browns, man. They crush us.
So the last time they played, they would have still had Baker.
Yeah.
In Cleveland, I think. And then I mean, those 2000s games, I guess they were just years where the Browns were okay, those mid-2000s years, and the Niners were really down.
Yeah. So, all the signs are pointing up for your bet. So, I wouldn't be shocked. This game does make me nervous.
Now that we've said all this, though, for sure the Browns are getting throttled.
And the Niners have yet to have their bye week, and we're coming off a Monday night. So it's just like everything is just.
Oh, no. No. It's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our parlays. I just have my 3 picks here. Obviously, I have over 52.5 in the Chiefs Cowboys, Bears +7 against at the Eagles, and then Tennessee Titans money line against the Jaguars. All that is at plus 1,230. It's a sign plus 1,230.
There you go. Love it. So I got 2 parlays for this weekend just because it's such a big football weekend.
Yeah.
Just 2 little 3-leggers though. So my first one for the weekend as a whole, I've got just some over-unders. So I've got under 44.5 in that Colts-Texans game. It's going to be an ugly, low-scoring game. Speaking of which, I got under 36.5 in that Niners-Browns game. And I got under 40.5 in that Raiders-Chargers game because the Chargers are so banged up they can't do much. And the Raiders' offense is an absolute dumpster fire. And I don't think Greg Olson's going to change that in 1 week. That's at plus 593. Yeah, I don't know if you saw any of the video clips that have been going around of that Raiders-Browns game. But at one point, the Raiders had 8 guys in protection, right? They sent 2 guys out for a pass. The Browns rushed 4. You'd think Geno would be able to run or throw it away or something, or
pick up one of them bullcrap 5-yard outruns.
He got
on a 4-man rush. What was it, Myles Garrett though?
I don't know. I think it was one of the D tackles, but they originally kept 2 tight ends and a running back in, who helped block for a little bit and then slowly leaked out against a 4-man rush, 8 blocking 4, and Geno still got sacked.
God,
it's so bad.
It's looking It's looking
now
bleak.
apparently the new leak coming out is that Chip Kelly couldn't even get his own calls right. He was like calling plays that they hadn't even installed and stuff
How
like
does he
that.
keep getting jobs?
I don't know.
He just like pops up and he's like, now he's going to be the coordinator here, and it's like, what have we not like? Yeah,
Where when you say here, you mean the Niners or Ohio State?
everywhere
Oh,
he gets a job. I feel
okay.
like, yeah,
I thought you meant like he was already like there was already word that he was getting something.
no. I don't know where he's going to go next, but like he's going to get a job somewhere, and it's going to be like, what the hell? Like, did we not just watch what happened? But
yeah,
who knows?
And then
Sorry, go ahead. You got
you're
one
good.
more.
I got a Thanksgiving parlay, which we're gonna get into some other Thanksgiving stuff here in a minute.
Yep.
But I figured I gotta bet the Thanksgiving games, even if I don't really like betting Thursday games. But I got Lions minus 2.5 against the Packers. Packers are pretty beat up.
Yeah.
I just think this is a good time for the Lions to kind of get right. And then I got Cowboys plus 3.5 against the Chiefs. If the Chiefs win this game, it's going to be really close. The Chiefs are just not that good.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys might make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of starting to lean that way. They're looking pretty legit. And then I got Ravens -7 against the Bengals. The Bengals are an absolute dumpster fire. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. Is it Flacco still, or is Burrow back now officially?
Burrow is officially the starter for Thursday night.
I don't think it matters.
No.
I think it makes it. I think he'll make it a little more respectable. But Baltimore is fully back at this point. They're going to win that division, and they're going to beat Cincinnati handily. Those 3 games parlay at plus 730. It was originally plus 567. I got a boost on that boosted it to plus 737.
Nice. I like it even that before the boost. I think you got great odds on that. So, all right. Like we said, it is Thanksgiving tomorrow. So we have 3 games. We have Lions, Green Bay. We have the Cowboys and Chiefs. And we have the Bengals and Ravens. Obviously, like you just went over those 3. But we're going to get a guy from each game to score, and that's going to be our touchdown parlay. So we're going to do this live. We're going to go through a few of the games or a few of the guys in each game and try to figure it out. Now, we'll start with the Green Bay and Detroit game because that's the 1 o'clock. There's one guy sticking out to me that I don't know how you feel about it, but I think Amon-Ra's a lock. I don't know how you feel.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, Green Bay secondary is cheeks.
Yeah.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown scores plenty. He should have no problem getting in the end zone this week.
Yeah, I mean, Gibbs at this point at minus 190. It's if you throw him in there, it's hard to get any type of value at this point with him.
Yeah.
So, do you like anyone from Green Bay?
No, because Jacobs is pretty banged up. Like he wasn't weren't even sure if he was going to play, and you can't trust any Green Bay receiver to consistently score.
Yeah, I agree. So I guess we'll go with Amon-Ra on that one.
I like that.
I didn't mind Tesla at plus 500, but I might do that one just separately, like a little one-off.
Yeah.
All right, next game. What time is this one? 4:31 Eastern. Cowboys, Chiefs. Who are you liking out of this? Do you have a guy that's jumping off the page on this one?
I mean, I'll tell you what. From what I saw, I kind of like Travis Kelce this week a little bit. From what I saw the other week, just because the way the Cowboys play defense, they do leave a lot of stuff in front of them.
Yeah.
And I think Kelce could kind of get underneath and possibly sneak his way in for a score. That might be where I'm leaning. But also Lamb and Pickens, both I'd be okay with either of them.
Yeah, I mean, Kelce was a big one for me. I think this is a game where it's a big game. Him and Pat are going to connect. Like you said, he's going to do his little crap where he's not even athletic running his route. He just somehow gets open, and then he's 25, 30 yards down the field. So, yeah, I like Kelsey on that one. All right. This next one, I'm kind of the Ravens, Bengals. This one's kind of hard for me to bet on who to pick on this one because I think there's going to be a lot of scoring, but I just don't. I feel like it's going to be like one guy's going to get the rock, and that for each team that's going to score multiple touchdowns. I don't know if is there anyone jumping off the page for you on this one. I mean, obviously T. Higgins is out, Jamar Chase is back.
Yeah.
Obviously him. Zay Flowers isn't bad. Henry's at. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, I'm thinking Bengals, but
okay.
I'm thinking.
I think you're about to say one that I'm also thinking, and if it is, we're going with it.
At plus 295, Andre
Yoshi. Yoshi. All right, I like that.
Is that who you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking him, and then I was also thinking Gesicki as well.
I was between the two.
Yeah,
I think the Higgins being out bump is going to go more to Yoshi.
Yeah,
how do you pronounce it?
Yoshi.
All right.
Yeah, they call him Yoshi.
Yoshi.
So, yeah, I like that. So we'll have Amon-Ra plus 105, Travis Kelce at plus 120, and then Yoshi Voss at plus 280. I have it at plus 280. All three of those for me on the book I'm using is at plus 1,613. So it might be a little bit different somewhere else. What do you have it at?
I have it at plus 1724. And then I still had another 30% boost available. So that put me at like 2242.
Yeah, I have a 50% boost, but I think I'm going to hold off on it. But because I think plus 1,600 already is just too juicy. I'm going to use it on something else. But yeah, if I had a 30%, I probably would throw it on there.
Gotta go for it. This is it. We hit this last year. We hit our Thanksgiving parlay.
Amon-Ra. Yeah, go ahead.
Last year, I think we had three guys. All their name, I forget who all it was, but it was three guys who all started with the letter T in their name.
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was, but we hit those, and it was the Triple T Turkey Day touchdown parlay. But this year, the Turkey Day touchdown parlay is hitting again.
Yes. And it's just, this is anyone's welcome. That's the theme this year. Anyone's welcome to the Thanksgiving table on this one. So once again, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Travis Kelce, Andre Yoshi Voss, all three of those together for me at plus 1,613. And no matter what book you go to, it's going to be over plus 1,500, I would say. So definitely join in on that. A bunch of guys that are going to get some targets this week. So follow us on that. Do you have any other bets for this week?
No, but I do have an update on my NHL parlay.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the Senators, who I took at plus 1.5, they're already up a goal in the first period. And then the Canadians, at the end of the first period, I took them at plus 1.5. They're already at the end of the first period up 2-0 over Mammoth. So that's already looking good. Now, the Mammoth did burn me a couple weeks ago with a 4-goal third period, so they are late bloomers. But so far, the parlay is looking good. How about your NBA picks? Did they tip off yet?
No, actually, my NBA picks hasn't tipped off just yet. But based off your updates for NHL, my NHL picks are 0 for 2 so far because both the guys I picked to score, their teams have 0. So
that means they got to push now. So
so plenty of opportunities. Goals. Yeah, I should have took shots on goals for these guys because that definitely would have hit. But oh well. So yeah, the NBA pick not yet. It should be tipping off here soon. All right, we do appreciate you guys tuning in. I know it's late night before Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their time with family. Definitely tons of football. 3 games tomorrow. We have a game on Friday. Great game on Friday. Saturday, we have rivalry week for college football. And then Sunday, obviously, full slate of NFL. So be ready for that. We'll be back next week, 9:30 Eastern. Not sure who's going to be on next week, but someone will definitely be here because we'll have to talk about the madness that took place. So we appreciate you guys watching tonight. Tune in next week.